Good morning and welcome. Welcome to our Sunday special. And as you can see, it's a bit different today, not a card in sight. So let me just see. I was just noticing sort of words coming up and I can't see what's going on. Fiona, I can't see what's going on. I'll have to message you later because something's happened and I can't see what. Fiona B, I mean. So yeah. So good morning everyone to you. Heather, Mary, Terry, Samantha, Pat, Marjorie, Anne, nice to see you here. And the other Anne, hope your hubby's doing okay. Oh, hi Sandra. Right, so what am I going to show you today? Well, I've got a craft kit for you today, which is a little bit different. So it's the Maximum Craft card kit. So we do something every month, and this time it's going to be something a little bit different. And it's actually a kit that we can do in a varying different ways. There are two different coloured kits. I'm going to be showing you making up a mauve one, but this one is the pink version, or magenta actually. So it's a magenta version. So what you will get in your kit is a blank wooden plaque, which is beautiful, all ready to hang. Let me show you the plain one here. So it's approximately, give or take, if you were to square it up, it's approximately 8 inches by 8 inches. So it's a fair size. It's got your ready to hang bit on here as well. So it's all ready to hang. Now, you have got all of these elements here in your pack. So whether you choose the magenta or the mauve, you have got those elements. Let me just show you the mauve. This is the mauve. Might look a bit bluey, but yeah, that's the mauve colour for you. What do you need? Well, basically all you need is some glue. I'm going to use a hot glue gun, but you could use ordinary, your craft artist tacky glue is brilliant for this, pin flare, anything like that. I will be using a bit of my ordinary craft artist glue actually, but I'm popping it together with my hot glue gun to show you how to do it. You have got enough to do 6 flowers. These are the anemone flowers already cut out for you. And these ones were meant to have the stamens go through them. So we've actually included some stamens to go with them. You've got plenty of greenery cut out. Now you've got a variety of different things here. You've got a little bit of bracken, you've got a little bit of sunflower leaves. So, you know, all mixes and matches. And then amongst all this little lot, you have got a combination of the word welcome, like this, cut out so that you have got it twice in the craft card, which is this brown one, and then once in the colour that you've chosen. So this one obviously is the magenta, but if you've got the mauve, it's cut out in that. The reason being that it makes a better finish to mount them up, like I often do with the sentiments. I think it makes a better finish to do that. However, the one that I'm going to do is actually not going to have the word in. I'm actually going to do it so that it's got a photograph in as well, because the whole idea of these plaques is this could be welcome to my home in the front door, this could be welcome to my craft room, or obviously if you have this, this is the lowercase alphabet set from John Next Door, of which I have just a few left, and obviously comes with the whole alphabet, but couldn't quite decide which words might be sort of generic, so we went with welcome. But obviously you could cut your own words out. It could be then Maxine's craft room or that type of thing, or the person that you're giving it to, or you may have an alphabet at home that you could use those words. But I'm actually going to put a photograph in my next one because I think that that would make it look different again. So let me show you how it goes. So I'm going to move all these things out of the way. So that is the magenta one. So there's all your pink bits there. And this is the mauve. So I'm going to start off with making the flowers up. And as I said, you've got enough to make 6 flowers. Now I just want to put the right sizes together. So these are the large ones, then the medium size, and then my small. So this time we're going to put some stamens in them. And I'm going to use these lovely stamens that we've got here, which are double-ended on sort of like a piece of string. So I'll show you how to use those in a second. But let's just make up my flowers first and foremost. Now, with these, as I said, are the anemones. And all I'm going to do, they've got lots of, if you look, they have lots of cutting into it already. So the way that I like to use them is just to sort of squash them, if you could call it that, squash them across so that I'm breaking open those little cuts and I'm making them up like that. So I'm going to make all of the flowers. So the kits come with your plaque and the flowers and all the bits and pieces I just showed you. And obviously you have this video to watch. You can choose to either have individual colours, so you can have the magenta or the mauve, or £6.99 each, or £6 each if you go for the 2 of them together. And I would add, because these are sort of quite different, we have done quite a limited amount of these because we're not quite sure whether this might be something that you fancy doing. So we thought we'd give it a go. Now, this is ideal again. I know I often say this, but with the grandchildren, this is something that they could, even do for their mum type of thing. And that if you have the joy of them staying with you for maybe the last week or 2, I think it is, of the summer term, isn't it? Summer holidays, I should say. I don't know where the year's going, do you? I really don't. So to put these together, that's why I've done them like this, to make life easier. Because somehow when you've put them to screwed them up a little bit, no, not screwed them up, when you have moulded them, then they look a little bit different. So I'm just going to pop these together. I'm just putting a little bit of glue around the centre of that. This is the Craft Artist glue that I'm using, but any glue will do, and I'm just popping them together. So we thought we would just go with a different than a card, because everybody are so clever. They've got all different ideas, which is nice. So there we go. There we are. And then we have got all these as well. So just pop these together. So as I said, you could use them for any occasion. I think they're just really quite pretty, all ready to go. So that's all our flowers popped together. And now I'm going to put the stamens in. So you have 12 double-ended stamens. So you're going to take 2 for each flower. And I would suggest that instead of you sort of making sure that it measures exactly the same, don't necessarily need that. Just grab 2, fold them roughly in half, pinch together the bottom so that they can go through at the same time for the hole in the centre. Oh, bring it so that you can see. Pull it through a fair bit, turn it over, and then with your hot glue gun, which I hope I turned on, yeah I did, oh, just a little bit of glue like that. And then I'm just going to leave that to set. So I'm going to grab 2 more. Now I have to say, went to the ladies' room just before I came online and discovered that somehow or other I had stamens attached to me, not in the loo, but they were sort of like on the way. And so I didn't even check. What a disaster I am, eh? I didn't even check whether I got the right amount here, because I somehow or other managed to pick them up with my arm. So yeah, I have picked. I wondered where they'd come from. They'd come from here. Oh, golly me. It's the age. So I'm doing exactly the same with these, putting them together, popping them through, bringing them so that they're almost through, and then popping a little bit of hot glue gun onto the back. Hot glue, I should say. So just do the same with this, just to make up all of the flowers. I won't use the ones that came into the loo with me. Onto the floor, don't worry, they were on the floor. But how they got attached, oh, goodness only knows, really. So let's just put that there. Now I must just grab 2 more there and put them together, fold them in half so that you've got that loop. Stamens come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, obviously. And if you prefer, you don't have to use the stamens. You could use just your ordinary crystals or pearls or something, but it's quite nice to go with them for a change. I think they're quite pretty there. So I'm going to leave those to settle. Pop them over to there for a minute. Oh, there's always one attached, isn't there, with the bits of string, a bit like a spider's leg. Right, now stay. Now, as I said, I'm not going to, in this particular case, do the wording, but I just wanted to show you how the words will come. So you will have the word welcome, and you will have it cut out 3 different times. You'll have 2 in the craft colour and 1 in whichever colour it is that you've chosen as your pack. So in this case, the mauve. The idea is that we simply stack these up. So pop a little bit of glue onto one of the crafts and layer the second craft right on top, like that, and then put some glue onto the top of that layer, and then layer your coloured card of your choice onto that. So then that gives you a much more substantial thickness of your card that you're going to pop your word on. And as I said, if you've got your own wording, you might want to put something else, but I would certainly recommend, whichever way you're going to do it, that if you want to change it, that you do cut out 3 layers and make that into a bit more of a substantial type of thing. Okay, so let me show you how simple this is. So we take our blank wall plaque. You could colour it, you could paint it. If you have some acrylic paints, if you have some mica magic, if you have ordinary inks, you could really go to town with it. But I'm just showing you, as always, what one could do with the absolute basics. So as I said, you have some lovely foliage. So we have some sunflower leaves, and you have 4 of those. So they make up a nice display in that top left corner. Then we've got some to be able to go down here, like that. And then we've got a couple of the smaller ones, which I think we'll do absolutely opposites here. Do 1 there and 1 there. And then we've got some bracken, I think it is, which makes a bit of a different foliage, and we pop that up there. And then our flowers are going to go amongst that. So it's just a mirror image, but obviously you could do it different corners, you could do the whole lot in one go, or down the bottom here. It's entirely up to you, but we'll do it like this, like it's set up. So I'm just going to pull those off, and for quickness I'm going to use my glue gun just to add this to the plaque. So I'm going to put 1 down here, but ordinary glue is fine for this as well. And then 1 up there. And then we bring in our smaller piece here over the edge, and our little different piece. And again, if you've got more at home, you could add more, but the whole idea of this is this is a kit that you can replicate straight away, and possibly, unless you really wanted to go colouring your background and things, quite a quick one. So again, if it was a quick present or something that you wanted to do, a personalised one, you could do just that. So let's just pop a little bit of glue. You see, I'm not putting a massive amount because it's still, as always, I like to keep these leaves so that they move around a bit, which is quite nice. And let's bring in that one as well. Okay, now I'm going to still keep my glue gun going, but I'm going to pop that to one side while I just bring in my flowers. And as you can possibly see, the glue now, apart from the last couple that I did, they have more or less gone an opaque colour, so that you can see that they have set quite well. So once they have set, I'm then just going to simply chop off the backs, because this is just like a piece of thread really, and I'm just chopping off all of the backs. I will obviously have to chop off the ones that aren't 100% set, but you can see that it doesn't take very long, and that will stop the glue on the back, will stop the stamens from coming and loosening on the front. So they do need a little bit of tweaking, but I'm going to wait until they're onto my plaque before doing such a thing. Bring my plaque back in. So we've got one large flower, one medium size, and one little one for our plaques, which I think looks really pretty. So entirely up to you how you wish to do it. So I think I'm going to come a little bit like that instead of putting them on a line. So I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue gun there. Now, what I do need to do is grab myself another glue stick. You realise I've got to open a whole new packet. A whole new packet. Oops. So, and then I'm going to bring this one down to about here. And then I'm just holding it so that the glue sets. But again, if you're using Pinflair or something, it might take a little bit longer to set. And again, just for easiness, I'm doing it this way. So I'm going to bring this side down and just grab hold. Pop there. And then bring that other little one down there. And then when they're set, you can pull off these strands of the hot glue gun because we don't want that. Neither do we want it stuck to one's fingernails. And then I can just pull up the petals from my flower once I know that the glue is stuck. Obviously, if you're using a glue that it takes longer to stick, then you will just have to be a bit more patient. You just pull up the petals and hope that I don't pull up the whole flower again. So that just gives that little bit more of a live sort of thing. And then I've already, in this case, so if I was going to do my word, I would then come along and do my word here or down here. Oh, I'm up here. Or down there, something like that. But in this case, I've just chosen myself a little picture. I thought that this little one with the flowers there, they happen to be hydrangeas, but I thought that they sort of kind of like went in the same form of the words. And I think that he can go down there like that. And then I think what I will do is I will Do you know, I'm thinking of things all along. What you could do is, if it was for a birthday of this little chap, I could then have put the number 2, or, well, he wasn't, he was 2, but you could put the number of somebody so that this would be a different thing than a birthday card. Or you could put that little one's name. I think his name is going to be best there, but I haven't cut those bits out. So we'll have to call him something else. Something else that I've got the letters for. He could be called oh blimey, this is good. Is anyone good at, what could we call him? Mole. Milk. Not mulk. Colm. Worm. Oh no, we haven't got that. Moley. Let's pretend. Let's pretend his name is Mole. No, let's not, because that's not very fast. Cole. Oh yeah, well done. Thank you. That looks a bit, yeah, that's a bit more like it, isn't it? Clearly, don't ask me to be your Scrabble partner, because I ain't no good. Or Leo. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, if I was going to do Leo, I think Leo as a small word would go down like that. We could rename him as Leo, couldn't we? Or my German family, their little boy is called Ola. See, multilingual here. However, whatever. I think I'll wait and I'll do his proper name rather than give him another name which he hasn't got. But you can see what I mean. These are just really versatile. So you get it in either version. Oh, serves me right, doesn't it, for not turning that off and putting it away. Be careful you don't cut yourself with a hot, burn yourself with a hot glue gun. You have got the version that is either in the magenta, which is this pinky colour, or in the mauve, which clearly is in the mauve. And you have all got the words that go with it. So bringing in this selection, you have got all of this for you to use in whichever way you choose. You have got all the words to write out there, all the letters, I should say, cut out twice in the craft and once in the colour that you've chosen. And obviously, if you wanted to, you could still layer them up, but put your craft card as the top layer and then colour them with inks if you wanted them to be a different colour. So there's so much choice for this particular little kit. You've got all the greenery to go with it, and you have got the 12 stones to go with it. And there you go. So a little something different for you. Now, whilst you are thinking about such a thing, let me tell you about what's coming up now. Now, I would say at this moment in time, please remember the 72-hour special thing that we have to do now. So anything that's launched, it's 72 hours before I can sell it. So I will be back on Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Wednesday, which will be the 24th of August. And I am aware that still at the moment in time, there is about to be Royal Mail strikes. And so you can rest assured that I will do my very best to get out any orders in this next week so that it gets to you in plenty of time. And then during that time, I will be using other couriers. Can't wait for you know, us crafters, we need our stuff, don't we? And I can't wait for people to sort out whether they've got any money in the pay packet, because they've got a lot more than I have. So, but however, so rest assured, I will be doing my very best to get that out to you, but it might not be coming Royal Mail over that next period of time. I will also be back next weekend. Now, next weekend is the bank holiday weekend, and I had to look at the stock levels, and actually I've had to go for 2 days rather than 3. So I will be with you both on the Sunday next week, on the 28th of August, and also on Bank Holiday Monday, because I've got a special which is going to last the weekend, and but it is a limited stock, and so I've got to be mindful that probably 3 days worth is actually being a bit ambitious, because I think 2 days of loveliness will be quite sufficient. So loads going on. I hope you like our little different project here today. Over on the website under the Facebook section, as I said, you can buy one colour or the other, or you can buy 2 for the £12. And they are all ready to go. So they will be in the post to you tomorrow. So thank you so much for joining me. Hope you have another very good day. I'm off to do the cooking, do my domestic goddess bit. And yeah, so I shall catch up with those people who I didn't catch up whilst on here. And yeah, so be good if you can. If not, be careful. And I'll see you soon. Take care, everyone. Thank you very much. Glad you like it. Bye.